Lauren says, in which Dr. Wood claims his first role model as a Christian was a man who committed felonies. Oh, that's in my video. It's good. It's good. Someone's actually watching. In which Dr. Wood claims his first role model as a Christian was a man who committed felonies and was never caught, and then became a Christian and was convicted to turn himself in. Can't wait to get to the part where David Wood turns himself in for his crimes of rape. We're catching this? This is important. She's talking about Randy. She's talking about Randy. So she's saying, I say in the video, which was me actually saying why I think you can be honest about things and just blurt them out, which is what I did. And I told people, I'm not saying this is a good idea for everyone. It's good to be accountable. It's good to have a friend or someone like that you are accountable to, and you talk about anything you're struggling with and so on, things you've done in the past. Looking at how people are reacting, I cannot encourage people to just blurt out everything you've ever done, because you have Lauren and Carson and all these other people just waiting to pounce because they'll feel better about themselves if they trash you, apparently. But so she said, well, Randy, his first role model, turned himself in for a bunch of crimes. Why isn't David doing the same thing? Well, main difference is Randy could be charged because he could verify certain things. He could say, I was over here and I did this here and at this place, and he could point those things out. And the things they could verify, those are the things they charged him with, and he pleaded guilty. Guess what? Randy is still in prison for the things he handed himself in for in 1994, 1995. I started writing Randy when I got out. Then we lost contact because he was transferred to a different prison, and I moved from Virginia to the Bronx, and we lost contact for like maybe 8 or 10 years. Lost contact. Finally, I found on a computer that I could actually find him on a computer which prison he was at. So it was an inmate locator, found that, sent him a letter, got a letter back. He told me that he had lost his faith in prison. He said he wasn't an atheist. He still believed in something spiritual or something like that, but he didn't believe in Christianity anymore. And he explained it was because he thought he was doing the right thing by turning himself in for all these crimes. And he said all they did was try to destroy him for it. And it ruined his life. He can never do anything. He can't get married. He can't do anything else because he's just in prison. And so he said he lost his faith. Anyway, we went back and forth and so on. Just so everyone knows, well, what was funny was, he said he turned himself in because he thought it was the right thing to do, and nothing good ever came from it. He didn't know like the chain reaction that he caused, with me and then the Beal and everything that came from that. He didn't know. And so he thought that he had basically thrown his life away for nothing. He found out, no, it did have a chain reaction and so on. Anyway, Randy is a hardcore Christian right now, leading the Bible studies and so on in prison. But I cannot look at that and say, here's the thing. No one, not one person that he had ever committed any crime that was ever associated with any crime he committed, not one person wanted him to go to prison. They all said, this guy came forward. No, just do something, like whatever, but don't send him to prison. He came forward. He confessed. Every single one, not one person that he'd ever done anything against wanted him locked up. The state has had him locked up ever since. And so this is Lauren saying, everyone needs to be like that. And Carson, everyone needs to be like that. Everyone needs to do it. I'm not convinced that the state doles out appropriate justice. And so I'm in favor of people doing restitution in some way, if possible, that doesn't involve the state. In other words, if I stole something from you, years ago and I can find you and locate you, I'd probably leave, if I wanted to do something, I would probably leave an envelope filled with money and a letter saying, hey, I stole something from you years ago. You don't know me. No, I'm not going to the cops because I don't think they're going to fix anything. I don't think they're going to add anything to the justice here because they suck. But here's a bunch of money. I hope this makes up for things. Guess what? Someone after all those years will probably be thrilled. An envelope full of money, something like that. The idea that the state has to be involved. Where are you getting that idea? Where's that in the Bible? I don't know. I haven't seen it, but they're all insisting upon it. But I just have to say, Lauren, don't use Randy as an example of what you're supposed to do. I'm glad it worked out for, the things that it led to and so on. But I can't say with a straight face that justice was done in that situation. I can't. It seems believe it or not, the U.S. criminal justice system can be very, very bad at times. And they do stuff and they lock people up for things they didn't commit, and they punish people for too long, or they let the wrong people go. It's a screwed up system. So the idea that everyone should follow that model and that I should follow that model. And guess what? If in this situation, I would, if I thought there was a point to it. His crimes could be corroborated. Mine can't anymore. So what do you want me to do? Do the same thing he did. It doesn't work now. Do it anyway. Why? Because we say so. It's just stupid.